How's it going, guys? So I was so excited because I wanted to start a new playthrough on our channel. It'd be something different than Diablo 2. I had like 5 different games lined up, and just none of them will work for my goddamn computer. They're just too laggy, the cinematics are too laggy, and the one that actually seemed to work the most when I did a 10-minute video test was Aliens vs. Predator 2010 game. So excited, put the first video out on my channel, go to boot up the game, and suddenly it's lagging like crazy. Computer is just ramming up like a goddamn jet engine over here. So it's just like, nope, pretty much just canceled that playthrough because it's just not worth it. I mean, the game was completely unbearable. I could not play it at all. So we're back to Diablo 2, and as you can see, we're playing a Barbarian. Now, this is a new challenge run. Because our last one was on hardcore mode and Diablo slapped us. We're going to be doing a Nuzlocke Diablo 2 playthrough. Now you're kind of wondering what the hell is that? Because I've been watching a lot of Pokemon videos and it just kind of gave me an idea. If you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, it's basically in Pokemon you can only catch the first Pokemon you run into the first route of every new route, and that would be your starter. And if you do something like a hardcore Nuzlocke, once that Pokemon dies, there's no bringing them back. They're gone. You box them. That's it. And I've been watching a lot of Pokemon play Nuzlocke, hardcore Nuzlocke, and stuff like that, and it kind of gave me an idea for a Diablo 2 challenge run. We're going to be doing our own version of a Nuzlocke, and since Pokemon don't exist in Diablo 2, two different companies, Blizzard and Nintendo, we're going to do something a little differently, and it's going to mostly require keeping our mercenary alive. Since I was so goddamn reliant on my mercenary on our Diablo 1 style hardcore character. Now, with the mercenaries, you have a cold archer, you have a fire archer. Act 2 mercenaries, you have a blessed aim, a prayer, and the hell is, I want to say it's not might. Blessed aim, prayer, a defiance. Act 2 mercenaries, and then Act 3 you have a lightning, a fire, and ice. Act 4 doesn't have any mercenaries, which kind of sucks for that, and Act 5 is just strictly a barbarian. Now, here's where the Nuzlocke part comes in. Our skills and our mercenaries are going to be like our Pokemon in a sense. If our mercenary dies, that's it. We don't get to use that mercenary. We can strip them of their gear. But say we have a cold mercenary and it dies in Dariel. You can no longer use a cold Act 1 mercenary. That's it. You can still use the fire one because it's the one you haven't used. So on and so forth with the rest of the mercenaries. So once you run out of mercenaries, that's it. Seems a little simple. Hey, I can go through the game without actually using a mercenary. No big deal. However, here's the catch. The catch is whatever skill tree you happen to build in, whatever one you're using, if your mercenary dies while you're using that one skill that you put the most points into, you can no longer use. Now, which seems kind of difficult because, say for instance, you're using double swing, but you're trying to make a frenzy barbarian. You have to go through that skill in order to get to frenzy. Would make sense. However, you can still put the 1 point into access to your frenzy tree, but you cannot use double swing. So let's say, like I said, if my Act 1 Ice Archer dies in Dariel and I had like 15 points into Bash, I can no longer use Bash through the rest of the game. And that not only for combat skills, but for combat masteries, for your war cries. And I chose a Barbarian because he has the most skills, for kind of variety in a sense. Because a paladin is simple. You can just build an aura one. You died, your mercenary died. Okay, I was playing a fire one. I can easily just switch to a cold one. It's not really much of a challenge. Barbarian, on the other hand, he's so reliant on being close quarters that you have to dump a ton of skill points into that just to even proceed to even dish out amount of damage, especially with something like Whirlwind, where I'm pretty much they fixed in Diablo 2 Remaster where it's no longer minus damage, because even at minus 50, once you get to level 20 something skill, it's still like barely enough damage to get you even through hell difficulty. So it's going to make things very interesting. However, I am not playing a hardcore mode because we just did that for Diablo 1 style, and we got to Diablo, and well, you'll have to watch that video to find out what happened. So that's going to be our new style. So like I said, I chose a Barbarian. It still allows me access to my gear and stuff like that too. So his name is Nuzlocke George. So it is basically kind of like a hardcore Nuzlocke type of walkthrough. Same principles. You don't want to use energy for a Barbarian. I've never seen anyone ever use energy for a Barbarian unless you happen to be playing a Warcry Barbarian, and even then you're mostly going to get mana from your gear anyways. And if you do play one, one of the benefactors that's really going to help you against something like Duriel, I think it's this one. Person currently increases enemy defense. Is it that one or this one? I want to say it's Battle Cry. Fearsome Cry that decreases enemies' defense rating and damage. If we can keep our Act 2 Mercenary alive long enough, this is going to be one that's going to really help us out against Duriel, because it's going to minus his damage, minus defense, and we should be able to do that. And it's still going to allow us to use rune words, use set pieces like that to try to keep our mercenary alive as long as possible. So that's going to be our new playthrough for Diablo 2. So I'm really upset that the AVP didn't work, but you know, it worked for the first video and then just crapped right out. So if you like Pokemon, you like Diablo 2, you're about to see the combination of both of them come together. So stay tuned, and let's see how long we can keep our mercenary alive. Alright, I'm going to get some equipment for this guy set up and for our mercenary, and then we'll start the playthrough. See you guys then. Okay, as usual. Alright, I had to make sure my mic was there too. Gave him just the beginning start stuff as usual. I have this one random ass staff. I have a 4-socketed one too, but the thing is you can't make 4-socketed staff rune words, which kind of sucks. So, but sold a few things, gave him a little bit of cash, but nothing's like true dramatic.
Good to see you.
Let me tell you, getting able to get full gear after not doing a Diablo 1 style hardcore run feels tremendous. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But basically, and explain it, is in Diablo 1 there was no
beware foul demons and beasts.
There was no gloves, there was no belts, there was no boots, no charms, no gems, no skulls. None of that fancy stuff you get in Diablo 2. You just had a sword or a weapon, 2-handed weapons, a shield, armor, helmets, rings, and an amulet. That was it. Didn't have the fancy spells, so spells weren't actually just dedicated to the sorceress, so any character could actually use them as long as you had enough mana to use them. But in my case, I even limited myself to even to that when we chose to use the paladin, because he was the one closest to the warrior, and at the time I already just did a run with the sorceress, so I didn't want to actually do that, and really want to play the Amazon either. So let me tell you, and the whole premise is that in Diablo 1, Diablo was the main antagonist or anti-antagonist of the game. So once you beat Diablo, you beat Diablo 1. So I did the same thing with Diablo 2. Once we reached Diablo, that was it. But if I was to die in any of the acts whatsoever, that was it. I was not restarting. So if you're kind of curious to find out how that run went, that's one I highly suggest, especially if you like Diablo 2 or Diablo 1. But it was definitely a challenge run. So I'm not really too concerned about myself, since I allow myself to use gear. Oh, once we get our full gear as usual, as stated, as I do with all my ones, special or normal difficulty, I always set it to player 7, because it makes up for me getting basically free gear. So once we are actually allowed to use that or reach the levels for it, these are start at 30 strength. Let's start working on our dexterity, and we can just even it out after that. Because it's only fair. I'm not going to stick on players 1 and have like this just god tier gear and just going like, yeah guys, I'm just dominating the game on players 1. Like, no, it's just not going to happen. That's just basically cheating. So, and happy late Mother's Day to anybody who's out there, all those hardworking mothers and stuff like that. So We got crazy busy. I was even debating if I want to even do any videos this week, just because how crazy busy we got. So like, several waitresses didn't show up, and it's like we had our second cook. He didn't bother showing up this week, and he just dipped. So it was just like really just running on like a 4-man crew. It's like great, which was hilarious because most of the people who came into our restaurant weren't even mothers. They're just random groups of people and stuff. It's like, really? But what a joy. But I'm kind of glad I took that 1 week hiatus, just not doing any recordings, because it just saves you from getting burnt out. I'd recommend that to any YouTuber. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. You have like 5 subscribers, you could have 5 million. You know, always make sure you take some sort of break, whether it's a week off or it's a month off. You know, just say, put it on your Twitter or your poll or whatever you know, whatever social media platform you use. Just, hey guys, I'm taking a week off, taking a month off, just so I don't get burnt out, because that happens to a lot of, especially gamers and stuff like that, and YouTubers. You know, they do so much material that they pretty much just burn themselves out on it, and then you wonder why you don't see them like a year later. You know, so never be afraid to take that day off. So, but yeah, and give a big shout out to my boy Knock, since I've been hanging out with him lately, and he gave me a few shout outs on his channel, so I'll make sure to put his Twitch description, or his Twitch channel in the description below. So if you like retro games, go check him out. He's a cool guy. But it's getting forward to this. Nuzlocke wise, just explaining the other one. So it's definitely going to be interesting, because Indariel always tends to slaughter your Act 1 mercenary in that sense. So because I don't know if it's just like updated versions of Diablo 2 or what it is, because like I remember in the older ones, you know, your mercenary was just like stuck on you like gum on the bottom of a shoe. They would just not leave you. Now it's that they have the tendency to just, where's my camera at over there? It would just like go here, and then it would just slingshot all the way back to you, but they would still be on the goddamn enemy. And it's like, would you hurry up and follow me? So it's the problem with the Act 1 mercenary. It's like you try to run away from Dariel, but she's still over by Indariel. So trying to keep her a little butt alive is going to be interesting, even with just gear. So no matter what character you have, I always recommend get that poison resistance. You know, since I have like 2 charms right here, and that's me for another future Diablo 1 run that I have in mind that I want to do. But if you're playing something like the Paladin, I highly recommend you put points into cleansing, at least 1, because that'll give you resistance of poison resistance of 75, so it will help you out a bit, especially when you're taking on Dariel. Of course, she's like 75% weak to fire. I'm pretty sure she's immune to poison, so don't even think about using that against her. But yeah. And for keeping your mercenary alive, especially for Act 1, focus more on your lightning and fire. I wouldn't really focus on cold too much. It's nice to have. Really, your only main enemy that you're going to have to worry about when it comes to cold damage is Cold Crow, and that's in the cave level 2 in the Cold Plains, because her and her minions are all cold damage. And then there's Bone Ash, who has a Frost Nova once you reach the Inner Cloister and the little church area there. But he's also poison too. But your main things you want to focus on is definitely fire and lightning. And then towards like the end of the game, when you go to take on Dariel, you really want to focus on fire, lightning, and poison. More so fire and lightning in the catacombs, because you're going to deal with shamans. If you get a really bad roll, you'll be dealing with the Banished, I think they're the ones, the green ghoul lord looking guys. And then usually you have a combination of them with the ghouls, who will do physical damage, or you'll have the Banished with the Tainted, which will also do lightning damage too. And you have Pit Spawn, which I believe is in jail level 1, I think. He's going to be your main problem there, because he's just straight lightning damage, and if he gets a combination of a side effect of using cold too, he can freeze you and do lightning damage to you at the same time, and he's extremely annoying to go against. and he's one that will actually end a hardcore run if you're not careful enough, especially if your resistances are just complete ass. And speaking of that, don't remember his name, but there was a person who commented in my video on my last Diablo 1 style video when we fought Diablo. He said that Diablo 1's Inferno, it was lightning and physical. So I always get that confused with Diablo. It was not fire. So basically stacking up all that fire resistance for his Inferno was just completely useless to me. So big shout out to that guy. If you're still watching my videos, thanks for that. So at least now I know. Go to fight Diablo, he hits you with that Inferno, stack up lightning and physical. Any physical reduction, or actually in this case damage reduction, so. I smell dinner cooking too, so I might, it might fade over to another part because dinner will be done soon, so. Don't know what it is, but it smells good. Start getting my steps in to try to lose weight and stuff like that. Always good to walk. You don't want to sit on your butt through the entire day. Even if it's just like binging a TV show or playing a video game, make sure you get some form of exercise. And so far I managed to accomplish 21,000 steps in just a matter of a week, so it's just not a lot, but you know, it's still, you know, a beginning step, so this is gonna be interesting. You may hear my computer over there try to boot up on me again. I don't know why. It's just damn Diablo. Oh, give me a buckler. Thank you very much, sir.
The
Rogue's still safe for the moment. Here's some people go walking by my house, so I do apologize. And God, I don't know what he was with people bringing their goddamn kids on Mother's Day. Don't. It's like, I do not like kids. You know, I don't want kids, cannot stand kids. And then someone decided, you know what, for Mother's Day, I'm going to bring me and my entire family and all my kids. And it's like, all you hear is the screaming sounds of little gremlins. And it's just like, ugh. It's like, no. Keep them at home. There's a reason why it's called Mother's Day, not bring your kids. I haven't decided what weapon class I want to use just yet. I don't think we can unlock this yet, right? No. Shout, okay. Taunt, monsters relentless attacking. That target's damage when its target's attack. Huh. That might be helpful, actually. How I'm not going to really worry about too much. I don't know what I'm going to worry about this. I think we'll just put dump points into Bash from now. And dinner's ready, so we will actually pick this back up. Be right back, guys. I apologize. Had to go get dinner. But yeah, I think we're going to dump all our points into Bash for now. It only takes 2. We don't have much mana either. What do we got here? 1637 damage. That's not bad. Let's pick up a quest here too. My rogue scouts. Yeah, lady. Well, we're starting at Nuzlocke here, so I will eventually be giving that to my mercenary. So we'll definitely have to switch out gear. I don't know what to though. Let's put this on player 7. Okay, what are we looking at here? 50 cold, that's awesome. That's gonna save us a lot, especially against Cold Crow. Not a bad little shield. Might keep it. Just run back. And then we'll have like 9 minutes or 8 or 9 minutes. So, but yeah, it's like just a random ass idea I came up with. I'm like kind of crafty theorying of like, how am I going to make my next challenge run? It's going to be something interesting, something unique. And surprised, I'm shocked as well as the Diablo 1 style actually did, you know. So there's that too. So I was like, all right, people like the Diablo 1 style. I was like, all right, definitely got to find another way to mix it up. Because when it comes to making, especially with Diablo 2, you don't want to do the same bland goddamn thing over again. You want to mix it up somehow, you know. But, I figured, why not? We'll do a Nuzlocke. I like Pokemon, so I pretty much stopped up to 7th gen after that, and there's like, what, nine generations? They're already working on a 10th one, which I've already seen, which is like ZA, or some crap like that. It's supposed to be like the Legend of Arceus. Recently discussed that with Nock, and I'm sorry, I kind of like the ones where you're pretty much, excuse me, in like a limited area, not where it's just like where you have to guess where the Pokemon is or guess what's in the grass, not where it's just a completely open field and you can see whatever Pokemon there is and then just pick whatever ones you want. To me, that's just not interesting whatsoever, you know. And then you have the whole Dynamax thing, which is nice that they introduced something different. Still waiting on that Pokemon Fusion. You know, it's always been my dream that Nintendo would get off their ass and make a Pokemon Fusion. You know, since I was watching Pokemon as a kid when Ghastly combined Blastoise with Venusaur. You know, to this day, 9 generations in, Nintendo still has yet to make a goddamn Pokemon Fusion. You cannot tell me they can't do it. You know, so some of the weird, lazy ass design Pokemon that they've come out with, you tell me you can't combine, you know, two. I don't blame it. You know, I know that's been a kind of a big hype for any Pokemon fan. So, but it's like, come on, Nintendo, 10th generation or 11th one, start adding Pokemon Fusion to the goddamn thing. Hello. It's like my Barbarians Nintendo, and these are the fans. Pokemon Fusion? No, you can't have it. Just bashing them away. Oh, got an itchy nose. Goddamn allergies and stuff. Might have to carry mana pots. I will take your gold, though. Thank you very much, sirs. I think once we get this to like level 30, then we'll start equal. What the hell am I getting strength from? Is it from the Artiger? Oh yeah. I'll have to keep that. Oh. But I would love to put Pokemon on this channel, but I don't know shit about emulators, so. And I know you have to be like very cautious when it comes to emulators and stuff like that. So it's like it's one of the main reasons why I don't ever put Pokemon on my channel. So I wouldn't mind getting it if anyone actually owns the next Nintendo console, which is like an upgraded 3DS. I don't know what the hell it's called. I think it's called Nintendo. Is it Nintendo Switch? I think it's called. I know my sister has one. Let me know. Can you actually Elgato those things? Because I know they're kind of fairly pricey, but and are they worth it? If you're a person who's actually played like a lot of the like Nintendo games, so because I might want to get one down in the future, but anytime soon. My sole purpose of this point is still try to get a better computer. So I think once we get, what are we at, 6 minutes? So we got like 2 minutes left. So let's see if we can get Blood Raven out of the way at least. Oh, Stony Field? Are you kidding me? You have like a 50% chance roll of getting goddamn burial grounds, and it's just like, nope. You get Stony Field. It's like, thanks. I don't think I can make any low-level rune words with 4 runes either, too. Because all the good ones like steel and malice and black and all that shit take like 2 sockets. But I'm trying to think of this thing out. I might just stack up like just medium gems or something like that. Give them kind of like a better weapon. I don't know. We'll circle through our weapons and all that crap, but when the video ends. Because we're about to end the video here anyways, because it's like already going like 8 minutes on top of the 11 minute of there, so that's 18 minutes on top of the other video, the beginning one outro, so that's going to be over like 20 minutes for each one of these ones, so. Okay, we'll kill this one guy up here, then we'll end the video. A guitar? Get the hell out of that crap. Is that it? I don't know where the hell I'm getting poison from, but I'll take it. I don't think I even have poison right here. Poison resistance? Where the hell am I getting poisoned from? Oh, see, I don't want that. I'm like, where the hell did I get poisoned from? Not even thinking about goddamn charm. Alright, so we're gonna have the first video here. Like I said, new challenge runs, so it'll be something different. I pretty much think at this start point until I get it. Here, a car go by, so I do apologize. Until I get a better computer, I think my channel is mostly just going to be dedicated to Diablo 2. It's the only game that actually runs decent on my computer that I can actually handle. It doesn't make my computer sound like a goddamn jet engine over here, or a PS5. Or is it PS4? One of the two. So, continue to enjoy more Diablo 2. And I'll continue to try to create more unique challenge runs. I got like a whole list of them, too. It's just, you know, making the videos for them. But think about dropping a like, think about subscribing, leave comments below. And I guess for the comment below is, out of all 9 generations, you know, what would be your Pokemon type? And would you rather be an Elite Four member, or would you rather be a gym leader? And I'll make sure to check all those comments out. See you guys.